cause they know my cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Green Bay Packers. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from Lambeau. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Rodgers going to come out throwing. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Rodgers going to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 more on that one and another first down. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz to the right side and complete to Thomas. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there catching the short throw and turning it upfield. he can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st down, Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights on in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now here's Samuel on the end around. And he's got Rome. Touchdown, Washington.
And to me, the key to a wide receiver run like that is getting around the first edge guy. It's often like a punt returner. Make that first guy miss, because if you can do that successfully and get upfield, we know good things can happen. He's able to take that one into the end zone.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And some space here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And again, it's Rodgers. He'll find Jones again. Complete. Touchdown. Aaron Jones from 4 yards out. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
Hey, take 26. Hey, 88.
Rodgers will throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. From the 22, Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 26. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are back within a couple of the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. You got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
You block over here.
Now it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers forced out to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Gotta give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
From the 29, Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now Wentz on third down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Hey, take 26.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Hey, 88. Get 300.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. To try again after the sack. Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington 16. from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get on. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Back now at Lambeau. For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Sly set to boot it. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. From the 27, Wentz. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Wentz. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. He's going to have the first down and more than that. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that's going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times